Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's a pretty good one because finally I'm fitting another set of wheels to the Volkswagen Bora. Since I purchased the car, it's had these wheels on it the whole time, which, believe it or not, is actually the factory wheels that come with the car. I believe they're called Volkswagen Jaramas, so please correct me if I'm wrong on that pronunciation, but these are actually the factory wheels and they come on the Bora STs, which is what this model is. It's the highest sort of spec model of Bora you can get, obviously at that time, 2002. And there's under 140 left on the UK roads, believe it or not. If you look at the video when I first got the car, you'll see that I was really hyped up and I was like, I'm going to get these wheels powder coated with a set of track tyres and spacers and all that sort of stuff. But as times went on, I've been looking at it thinking, these wheels are actually just awful. And I think it's because they're 15-inch with big massive balloon tyres. They came on the car as factory, so I just wanted to try and switch it up a little bit. Here's the new set of wheels that are all nicely wrapped, and also the wheel spacers I showed off in the last video, which this will be getting 20mm spacers all round. You can see with the stock wheel how far it actually sits in. I know these will be a slightly different offset because they're not factory, but I'm really excited to see what these wheels look like as well as the spacers. These obviously look huge compared to what's on it, but these are 16-inch and these are 15-inch. I got these wheels here from a company that I've followed for a good while on social media, and they're formerly known as Volkswagen Chop Shop. They've now rebranded, so I'll put their new company name here. I'm not going to try and embarrass myself by how to pronounce it, so I do apologise, but I have put it on screen and I will put all their social links down below. The previous name, Volkswagen Chop Shop, kind of gives it away on what they do. They get lots of cars in, lots of Mark IV platforms, even other German cars, and they'll either strip them for parts or they will sell the cars complete if they're in good enough condition. They've got a full eBay store, which is where I got the wheels from. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram and TikTok, so I'll leave everything down below for you to check them out. And don't hesitate to give them a message. Say that you've came from here and that you're needing this and see if they've got them. And also, I'm pretty sure if you left them with a part requirement, they'll even source one for you. So massive shout out to them. And also, very quickly before we get into changing the wheels over, another shout out to each and every one of you that has recently subscribed to the YouTube channel, as well as followed on TikTok. Both the socials, YouTube and TikTok, just seem to be constantly growing. And the people that are engaging with me, asking questions, personal messaging me, is exactly what I wanted from this, because it's all about basically geeking out over turbo diesels and creating conversation and working issues out, problem solving and all that sort of stuff, and I'm really enjoying it, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, if you didn't know, it's totally free. You just hit that subscribe button and be part of the TDI society. I think the plan of attack is to do the backs first, and the reason for that is because I've actually never had these wheels off. And if you look at these wheel bolts, and then we'll go to the front and look at these ones, you can see that they're completely brand new. So the car, the Bora, actually went in to my mate's garage, and it had two new suspension top mounts fitted, had an EBS sensor and a wheel bearing on the back. And at the same time, when they were taking the wheels off, there was ones that were rounded or stripped, or they just couldn't get them off, so they had to replace this one and the other side. So the backs have never been touched, so if I'm going to run into an issue, I want to do that first instead of getting half of it done and then running into an issue. So I'll attack the back first and then see how we get on. But first we need to actually take a look at the new wheels. As you can see, when I got them, I've already had a little sneaky peek just to make sure that it's the wheels that I've ordered and not another bloody drum kit. So we'll just open them up here and see what they are. So these are Bora Type C alloys, and the reason, oh, look at that, Mawams and stickers from Volkswagen Chop Shop. Nice little surprise there. But like I said, Volkswagen Chop Shop is our old brand name and they've now renamed, but those will definitely be getting stuck on the car for support. So yeah. So these are Bora Type Cs, like I mentioned before I got distracted with Mawams, and I personally absolutely love this style of wheel. They're considered rare because they're no longer made and they're in Volkswagen 5x100 fitment, and obviously they're a better upgrade than that. But also I'm going to get a set of track tyres fitted to these as well. I'm not even going to bother powder coating them or painting them, I'll just clean them up, and I think that'll actually suit the look of the car. But I'm very happy with these and I can't wait to get them fitted, so let's do it. That's them all out of the wrappers. Two of them actually had centre caps, but I'm not running centre caps, which is fine. Just a quick interesting fact about myself is I didn't just go online, see these wheels and then be like, yep, that's it. Is I'm actually quite picky when it comes to things like this, and I think it all started from playing Car X Drift or Car X Street, because when you're trying to dial in a car and what fitment you want with certain wheels and tyres and stuff, you need to be so precise. And I think where that's all stemmed from is because when it comes to wheel setups, tyre setups, suspension setups, for me it has to look just right, and if there's rake at the front, rake at the back, or a wrong tyre size, it drives me mental. So I think that's where that's all came from. Just thought I'd include this in the video because I think it's quite funny. But there has been a lot of thought behind all of this. But I'm absolutely itching to see what they look like on the car because I've been staring at those horrible stock wheels for some time now, and I'm sure you guys are interested in well, so let's get them fitted. Got one wheel off, and as expected, like I just mentioned, as we ran into trouble. So these wheel bolts, two of them were absolutely seized solid into the hub. So fire became my new best friend and managed to do some hammering and heating and got it off. So now it's just a case of fitting in the spacer, putting the wheel on, and then these actually came with extended bolts because of the spacer, so these will be replacing these horrible things. Turns out I had to move the car, but luckily I've got more room now, so I've got the back two wheels off, which were a nightmare to say the least, but we're at this stage now. So I've got two picked out because there are two different sets of tyres, so I'll put the Goodyears on the front and then these ones, which I've never heard of before, on the back, as well as the spacers. I'm really looking forward to this, so let's make it happen. So these wheel spacers are actually made by Precision. This is actually the second time I've purchased from them. They've got an eBay store, because I've used to use the old wheel spacers that just fit on but they rattle about. But if you've got that off centre and your wheels move in, then it can cause a shake or a rattle in the car, whereas these are actually hub centric, which means they fit straight over the hub there. And then this is multi-fitment, so you've got 5x100 and 5x112, yep. So we just set these to the PCD of mine, which is that one. And then the wheel will go on along with the extended bolts. That's one wheel and spacer fitted. You can already see that it's brought it out to the line of the arch, which I'm really happy about. It is quite a pain to try and get the spacer in with the wheel on and the bolt on at the same time, especially if you're on your own like me. But I just use a screwdriver to put it all the way through and use a little bit of wiggle room and then get the bolts in. So that's one done, and I'll just repeat the process. That's both the backs on. You can see already how much of a wider, girthier stance this is going to be. I mean, look, makes the front look absolutely horrendous. So we'll just lower the jack now and see what it's going to look like. It definitely needs to be lowered more. As you can see, there's more of a height in at the back there, but it's still got the sort of helper springs in at the back, and these can be lowered as well. But yeah, way happier. Plus as well, I've had it on the jack, so these need to settle. I think the cat likes it. Exactly the same process on the front. Already got the spacer on there, and get the wheels on and see what it's like. Because it's been up usual, give it a little press down. Yeah, happy with that. And my phone died. It's actually the next morning, and that's quite annoying that that happened, because I would have rather had finished the video off there and then. However, I'm seeing that as a positive thing, because obviously I'm now home. I got to drive the car with the wheels on, and I just had a chance to make sure that the wheels were actually alright. There was no buckles, the car wasn't shaking, steering wheel not shaking when doing 3-point turns, etc. The wheels weren't catching, especially with the tyre size that's on them, and absolutely nothing. So I'm really happy with the way the car drives. It does feel slightly different because it's got wider wheels on it. They're an inch bigger, so the car does feel a bit more planted, if that makes sense, because it's not got skinny little small wheels on it anymore. And I'm really now looking forward to getting the car in its sort of final form, if you like, with regards to loading it a bit more, getting the right track tyres fitted, and seeing how it performs and looks. And this is what it looks like with the new wheels fitted. Like I said, don't worry, this isn't its final form, but I'm just glad that I've actually got a decent set of wheels. And to be honest, I've actually never seen another Bora with this set of wheels on them, which I actually think it looks really good in my opinion. But like I said, it obviously needs to load a bit more, because if you look, there's gaps at the front, gaps at the back, and the tyre size is 205 55 16, but I'm going to go for possibly 195, maybe 205 just for the track use, and then a 50 16. And then with loading it a bit more, hopefully I get a bit more natural camber in the front. I've also just had a quote to get a 3-inch exhaust fitted. If you've seen my previous video, I showed off the downpipe that I've got, which is full 3-inch, so it'll be 3-inch straight through right to the back end with a downpipe. And yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. I've certainly never seen a Bora with a set of these borbits on it before, and yeah, I'm just really excited to try and make it my own, make it that little bit better. I wish I did have the time and the tyres just to make this sit and look exactly how I want, but obviously it's just all part of the progress, and I'm really looking forward to it. But just seeing a nice set of wheels on it just changes the car's character so much compared to the wheels it's been on it the whole time. So that's it for today's video. I just wanted to put on a set of wheels, see what it looked like, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, and I just want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you that do, that helps out the channel as well as joins the TDI society. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.